Sometimes the smallest changes can have the biggest impact. If you're burnt out, overstressed, overworked, it can feel like we have a list of 25 million things that we should be doing to improve our well-being, and it's like, I'm just trying to do the dishes on a daily basis. But in my over 9.5 years of supporting burnt out overachievers in various capacities, I have seen over and over some of the tiniest tweaks have these massive ripple waves across people's lives. And so I wanted to share a client story with their permission to illustrate just how small of a change you can make to have massive impact. This particular client, one of the things that they were struggling with was massive disturbances in their sleep. They were either getting way too much or way too little. And when they came to me, they essentially said, some nights I sleep 12 hours and some nights I basically don't sleep at all. Now, this had been going on for well over a year, and obviously they had tried things to address this in the past, but in our work together, what we really drilled down to was the social media usage was really getting in the way of their ability to consistently go to sleep at a time where they would get enough sleep and they wouldn't end up with this sleep deficit that would then snowball into this super erratic pattern. Now, I am all about actionability. What are we going to do differently? And obviously, there are ways that you can lock yourself out of individual apps. And they said, yeah, but what I really wish is that there was one that had no override system. And I said, well, maybe there is one. So the next piece of the coaching conversation was, okay, what are the parameters that we definitely need, and what are going to be our guardrails of making sure that we don't get stuck researching every single app under the sun that could possibly do it. We know that we just want something where you can set specific timers for specific apps, and there will be no override when that lockout feature is initiated. By targeting a specific area to adjust, predefining what the minimum criteria were for that solution, and then limiting the total number of options that would be considered, it allowed the client to way more quickly just do something. We just wrapped up 8 weeks of work together, 7 coaching conversations before the final one, and I'm happy to report that after over a year of struggling, the client is sleeping a consistent 7.5 hours with a consistent wake-up time. Things don't have to be hard in order to be effective, so if you're feeling stressed, be sure to join the newsletter for more actionable tips for the chronically overwhelmed.